Stats versus facts. Stats versus facts. Know where we at on the stats versus facts. Yeah, my boy hella black. He back on the stats versus facts. And you might get smacked by the stats versus facts. Going on, yo? Welcome to Stats versus Facts. You know where we at, Sports Talk, and I'm here with the super crew. What it do? What it do?
Ooh, what up? What
Hello,
up?
hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Holla, man. We got back. G-Reg in the house. What's going on, my bro?
Man, just still looking for that money, man.
I feel you. C-Mac back in black with the glasses. What's good, bro?
Chilling.
And we got Damo. Damo, what's up, bro?
What's up? What's going on, y'all?
Devo, what's going on, Devo?
I'm here,
Switch,
checked in.
I see you. Top soccer. I feel you. And we got with us today, big Chiefs fan himself, Mr. Marquise. What's going on, bro?
What's happening?
What's happening, boy?
Chiefs Kingdom.
Yes,
We
sir.
chilling, man. Well, shoots, we got a good show for y'all today, y'all. I gotta start off with the hot topic of the NBA, man. There's so many trades that happen. Okay, I don't know how to make sense of this, so we're gonna break this down right here. Starting off with James Harden getting moved from the Rockets to the Nets.
Bruh. Right.
Yeah, exactly. I don't even know. I don't even know how the heck to even process this, fellas. Marquise, being our guest today, brother. How do you think that move going from Houston to the Nets is gonna help them win a championship when they had to give up LeVert, they had to give up Allen, they had to give up Prince, and a whole bunch of, draft picks? Like, what kind of sense does that make? Are they a title contender or are they a title pretender?
I'm gonna just go ahead and say that they're a title contender, man. I mean, when you got 3 superstars, 2 MVPs on the team, and then a prolific player like Kyrie, who's shown that he's one of the best point guards in the league, you got to be a title contender with that. The only thing that I don't think is gonna work is the fact that James Harden and Kyrie are so ball dominant that it could run into a couple problems because there's not enough balls on the floor. The only way I see this working for the Nets is if James Harden was to come off the bench. But I don't think
Spice.
his type of superstar status that he'd be willing to do that. But
No.
honestly, I think that's just going to be the best formula for them to win a championship. But they are a title contender. I mean, they have all the pieces.
Wow. Okay, fair enough. Let's go to Devo. Your thoughts, my man.
Man, with a player like James Harden, that put any team up there. Just about. KD already showing back from injury, he can do what he wants to out there. Kyrie Irving, a little bit of a different case off the court, but on the court, he works magic. So, got to put them as a contender, especially being in the East.
I feel you. Damo.
They just became a 3-headed monster. First it was 2, now it's 3.
That's fair.
Freeze up.
That's fair. C-Mac.
I like what Marquis said. Honestly, I think if the Nets brought James Harden off the bench, I think he could still drop his averages already. I don't see him coming off the bench would be reminiscent of them back into the Thunder when they're all 3 there, except Russell Westbrook's not going to be there. So I think I'm agree with Marquis that that's the move for the Brooklyn Nets, but I don't know if Steve Nash is going to do that though.
I agree. Greg, go ahead.
Well, I think they could all play together and you could just sub one out at a time and have 2 of them on the court at the same time, or have one of them each lead a unit by themselves. There's different ways you can split up all that. But I think you just have to do it. I mean, I think they really don't know what they're going to get with Kyrie. I mean, I don't know And then if you think about it, it's just Durant, LeVert, and Allen. That's not really a contender. So you add Harden, Durant, and plus Joe Harris. At least you got a better chance, right? And if Kyrie joins, then you're really in the mix. So I think it's a trade out of necessity.
All right, so here's what I think, fellas. We've seen what James Harden has done in the playoffs. Okay, he's been to the finals one time. That was with the Thunder back in 2012. You had Durant, you had Westbrook. I believe Ibaka was there as well. I think they had already traded Jeff Green away. So they had a few players, to kind of help them out. I think Derek Fisher might have been there as well. So it's not that he's not talented. My issue is since then, that 2011, 2012 season, his defensive efficiency has decreased. Okay. So if you have a guy in James Harden that is known for taking a lot of plays off on the defensive end, you have Kyrie, who's so defender. Durant can defend, but then you have a whole bunch of other guys on your bench that you don't know, especially not having a rim protector with Jared Allen being gone. I'm sorry, but you can have all the offense in the world, but defense wins championships. So who the hell is going to step up for them on defense? I understand you have Jeff Green. Okay. He's older. All right. He was just with Houston this past season in the bubble. So now you have Harden come back with Steve Nash coaching. D'Antoni's your assistant coach. Okay. Offensive coordinator, if you want to call him, or offensive coach. And they're going to score a lot of points, but they're not going to be able to stop anybody. So when it comes to a series, Kyrie has been there, won a championship. Yes. Durant won with the Warriors. He had to learn how to win. Harden has not learned how to win yet. And the rest of their bench isn't there either. So if you're going up against a team like Boston, who hasn't been to the finals, but they've progressed. Philly, I think, is making a step in the right direction. And even Milwaukee, even though none of those teams have gone to the finals yet, I'm putting those three teams as a very, very good chance of knocking off Brooklyn because they're deeper, not because they're more talented, this, that, and the other, because Kyrie, Durant, and Harden are more talented trio than any of those guys have. But if one of them is off, that's it. There is no way Brooklyn can make that up unless somebody off the bench is able to produce. Now, if they sign Jamal Crawford, that will help. If they get Michael Beasley, that would really help. And then I would start saying, all right, Brooklyn has the shot. But as of right now, I don't think it's a championship or bust season for them. They have to build chemistry. And I know a bunch of people, if they don't go to the championship, it's a bust. They need to, nah. I'm not going to say that at all, because when teams in the past, when guys have formed super teams in the past, right, it's always been because there was a guy, or there may have been a guy or two that were on a team that helped push a team above the rest, such as LeBron, Bosh, Wade. But they were beaten by what? A superstar Nowitzki with a good team around him, and then with the Spurs with an ascending star in Kawhi, Parker, Ginobili, a team. So that's why I'm not giving them that, oh, they're a super team just yet, until I see that they have a bench that can consistently contribute. And we don't know what the hell Kyrie's going to do. He wants to come back now, but who's to say he doesn't pull I don't feel like playing again if things don't go his way, or if he gets injured.
Or he runs out of incense.
Yeah, that too. So that is my take. I know it was a long take, but I don't see it happen. I could see them maybe going to the conference finals in the East if they get lucky, but if they run into a Boston or a Philly in that second round, I don't know if they make it. Milwaukee, we'll see. So, any other comments before I switch gears?
Yeah, that's the only reason why I said that I see the Nets contending is if James Harden comes off the bench, because I mean, with the lineup, the starting lineup that they have right now, I mean, they got all the firepower in the world, but who do they have coming off the bench? Who could really produce from them? They traded everybody away, so it's like,
exactly.
I mean, they really ain't gonna have anybody. And then, as you mentioned, if one of them is off, then it's a wrap for them. And
then they got another.
Right. I mean, it's just
Yeah,
gonna
but
be a wrap up. So I
they
mean,
got to have other people score besides that other. But I agree with you. If Harden came off the bench, at this point, I would even say let Kyrie come off the bench. But they're not going to.
Can you imagine how much vacation time you can take off then? Oh, you want to come off the bench?
yeah, using that PTO.
Yeah, and Harden's not even in shape. So I mean,
Whoa,
he
he said he's got great shape. What you talking
Yeah,
about?
man.
He
Rick Ross is
said
out there, baby.
Great.
Rick Ross is
To
balling.
be fair, he'd never been in shape.
even he on that Charles Barkley Krispy Kreme donut diet. You know what I mean?
Real talk.
You
You
can
know?
get 30 in a match, every match. You don't need to be in shape. Ask Paul Pierce.
Mhm.
True, but Paul Pierce was a little bit more efficient than Harden. I will say that. Although Harden can get to the line, but
And never
can't
been hurt
go-
like Kyrie and Durant.
yeah, that's true. But you can't go 8 for 31 and expect your teams to win in the playoffs. Come on, man.
That's why he left. He said, I can't do it. Can't do it in Houston.
He tried everything he could. I'm just kidding.
He tried. All the wings, all the strippers. I tried everything. Nothing worked.
Yeah, they
Said them
cleaning.
strippers wasn't
They
doing it.
cleaning. They cleaning the poles out in New York. All the strip clubs. Harden about to go out. Go anyway. Moving on. Moving on, man. In return, Houston, as I mentioned, got Karis LeVert. They traded him to Indiana for Victor Oladipo. I mean, they were actually playing okay with Oladipo. I know he wanted out. Now Oladipo's in Houston. LeVert's in Indiana. So going to Houston now, where do we see their possible ceiling? Do we see them as making it to the playoffs? I mean, they did beat the Spurs
We'll
shorthanded
talk about that,
last
please.
night.
We'll talk about
You
that.
know, I'm not gonna say that I was surprised about it because it's just such the Spurs thing to do nowadays. But anyway, where do we see Houston going? Greg, where do we see Houston making noise?
I think it's a perfect fit next to John Wall, right? Defensive guard that can spot up and shoot, kind of what he did in Indiana. I think it helps you ease the burden of losing Harden, but reports are that he wants to go to Miami and he might be leaving in the offseason or forcing a trade right now. So that might be, and then if that happens, then you're just looking at possibly tanking then at that point.
Yeah. I mean, Christian Wood looks good. I like
Yep.
what he's playing. Wall. Marquise, your thoughts?
I mean, I think at this point, with Harden being traded away, they've gotten rid of the distractions and now they could just ball. You know what I'm saying? The team probably, they felt disrespected with all the comments that James Harden has made. And now that he's gone, they can really focus on themselves. And they look good against the Spurs. I'm not going to lie. So I can see them slipping in maybe to the 8th seed, 7th to 8th seed in the Western Conference. I mean, I don't think they'll really make noise in the playoffs, but I can see them slipping in the playoffs.
I could possibly see that. C-Mac.
That's tough because they definitely have a chip on the shoulder to try to prove a point that that they didn't need Harden. Harden was the only one bringing them down. So I think it's gonna be a close call. I think probably 9th seed is what they're gonna get and not make the playoffs. So that's what I'm thinking.
You got that play-in.
Playing, baby.
But they're not gonna make it. They're gonna lose the play-in.
Damn.
That's it. Damo.
I don't think they'll make it. Yeah, I don't think they'll make it. I don't even think it'll be that close. Honestly, it's too much chemistry to get around to, and in such a short period of time, I don't see it happening.
Okay, I like it. And Devo.
I'm saying, Houston, we have a problem. It's not looking good over there. It is not looking good at all.
No.
Like y'all said, I'm sure they do feel disrespected, but losing the best player that they have, that's going to take a hit on any team. So that's where that's left at. And obviously, Oladipo is a great player, but he's not exactly the leader of that team. So I don't see it.
Oh, yeah, my bad. Here's what I'm gonna say. They could make the playoffs. 8th, 7th, or 8th seed, like you were saying, Keys. You are losing Harden. He's the best player on your team. However, if Oladipo buys in, he's not giving you what Harden did, scoring wise, but he can still score the ball and he can play a little bit of defense. So if they're able to lock in, they can give somebody some trouble. Because I'm not sure.
Scrub.
Say again?
I said, Oladipo ain't no scrub. He
Oh, yeah, he ain't no scrub at all. But it depends if he wants to lock in, because if he's not locked in and they ended up trading him to Miami.
Trying to go to South Beach.
And it depends on what you get back from Miami, because I'm assuming if he goes to Miami, they're going to have to give up, Tyler Hero or maybe a Kendrick Nunn, maybe Duncan Robinson. They're going to have to give up one of them, I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to see. I mean, there's teams looking at PJ Tucker right now. I'm not sure about what Eric Gordon's future is going to be. So there may be some big moves, coming. So that Houston team may not be final before, the trade deadline. Can't talk. So we'll see. We'll see. On the flip side with Indiana, with LeVert going to Indiana, I mean, I think they were headed to the playoffs anyway. I don't think they necessarily got better. May have gotten slightly worse losing Oladipo. I mean, LeVert can still play, sure. When TJ Warren comes back, that'll help him out. But I mean, Indiana's not a threat to win the championship. I like Turner. I wish the Spurs could get Turner because he's leading the box. That's what the hell we need, and getting those boards. Anyway.
Wishful thinking.
Anyway.
Baby.
So anyway.
Come home.
That's that. Now, the one big question, flipping to the fourth team, because not too much to talk about for Indiana. I mean, they got better. They
disrespectful.
Is Cleveland. Jared Allen going to Cleveland. Cleveland has Andre Drummond, even though he just probably made the Shackton play of the year with that. I don't know what the ISO play up to yourself. Don't know what the hell that was.
Yeah.
But Jared Allen is 22 years old. He's a good center. He's getting boards. He's averaging, I believe, 15-11 this season right now. To pair him with Sexton and Garland, a.k.a. Sexland.
Sexland, baby. Let's
That's
go.
still one of the worst. That's still one of the worst duo names in the NBA.
You don't want to go to Sexland, Marshall?
No.
Damn. All right.
Pass. Yeah, I think Cleveland is looking to go younger. So Drummond was obviously going to be out of there when the season is over. I don't know where the hell he's going to go. He's not a bad player. Any comments on that one? I mean, if he came to San Antonio, he's not shooting a jumper like Aldridge. He can get his boards. I get it.
Exactly.
And he could be a rim protector. This is interesting.
Stand under the basket. Just stand under the basket. All I need to do.
Just do what you do, baby.
Okay.
Cleveland is
Let our guards
irrelevant at this point.
Just like that.
Just like that.
I mean, they're going to be
I
relevant.
don't remember the last time I saw Cleveland on TV.
They started off the season okay. I mean, the only team right now that's relevant is the Browns because they're in the playoffs, but they probably gonna get sent home. We'll talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, right.
He's gonna get hyped.
Don't get me started.
Oh,
But
Cleveland, the Cavaliers right now, they got too many bigs on the team, like JaVale, Kevin
it
Love,
was JaVale.
Andre
Hooper.
Drummond, Jared Allen. Like, how many bigs do you need? They got to trade some of them boys away.
Spurs got too many guards. Cleveland, take Derek White from us, please. I'm telling you.
Man's so disrespectful, man.
They need to try to get some guards on that team to help out Colin Sexton. But
Well, you got Garland.
I'm just talking about Cleveland. They got too many bigs right now. They need
Well, I
to
feel
get
you.
them away.
I see. They got Garland. They got Okoro. Okoro's nice.
I can't even tell you who that is, to be honest.
Yeah,
I know Sexton and then all the rest of the big
Everybody
names.
else.
Cleveland out. They out there.
They also got Larry Nance Jr. too.
Larry Nance who?
Junior.
Who?
Not seniors, junior.
Mr. Larry Nance. You know what that is.
The one who almost won. Did he win the dunk contest?
No, I don't think so.
No, he didn't. Yeah, yeah. Anyway, Keith, while I got you here, let's talk about them damn Lakers because right now they're looking like the best team in the NBA. LeBron is looking in season for sure. MVP candidate, best player in the league. Right?
Sirski.
Now, there's a question for all y'all, and this is gonna get controversial, but I want it. I want all the smoke. All right. So, quick answer. I'm gonna start with Damo first. Who's the GOAT? NBA all time right now. Who's your GOAT?
Who's the GOAT? Oof. LeBron.
Okay. Devo.
Yeah, I'm a roll with Brown too.
Okay. Keys.
I hate you put me on the spot like this, but from the biggest Bron fan, man, I'm gonna have to still rock with Jordan right now.
With the stab in the back.
I think LeBron is obviously the most talented player that's ever played the game. But if you're talking about the greatest right now, I still think it's Jordan. The 6 rings compared to LeBron's 4.
Hold on. I just wanted a short answer. I'm gonna come back to you. Okay, short version of it. See, Matt.
So it's gonna be it's gonna be Jordan for me. Damn, that's tough.
Greg.
His airness, Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
All right, and I got Jordan myself. Now, hold on. This is what I want to ask y'all's question. Because there's in some people's minds, they're like, LeBron will never pass Jordan, right? And I'm like, okay, yeah, he's lost multiple, times in the finals. I get it. But to me, there's one way he can pass Jordan, and I would definitively say that he is the greatest of all time. And that
remake Space Jam 2.
That better be good. But no, the way he passes Jordan to me is if he wins the next 3 championships in a row, 4 peats. That'll never happen again. And Jordan never did that. LeBron would be at 7 rings. He would have done something Michael Jordan has never done. Also, coming back on that 73-win team, that to me puts him atop. He's on top.
You don't feel like that's asking for too much? Goodness.
I know, right?
I'm asking for a lot, yeah.
You know he's from Cleveland, right?
Yeah, I do. But I don't think it's a lot. Reason why? You have Anthony Davis, who is arguably the second best player in the NBA. Okay. You have a good team around you. One of the things LeBron never had in his early years, even when he won those championships in Miami to keep him going, and then in Cleveland, was a dominant big man like Anthony Davis. If he would have had a big man, if he would have had a JaVale McGee in Miami or Hassan Whiteside in Miami, he would still be in Miami unless he so chose to go back to Cleveland. Because a dominant big man with LeBron is hard to stop. Like, you can have guards, sure, but when it comes to the playoffs and you have to slow the game down and get a bucket in the post, you want a big man being able to get you and also swat the little layup attempts the guards be trying to come in with. So that's what I'm saying.
So you asking for a 4-peat at age 36, just to be clear.
And he has to get Bronny a chip.
6. He'll be 40 winning his.
I know,
disregard the last 16, 17 seasons.
Well, I mean, look, he lost in what's his finals record right now? 4-6, I believe. He's 4-6.
All right.
So that would put him at 7-6. He would have been to 13 NBA final. No, I take that back. Because he lost to the first one in San Antonio. I gave him a pass. He went to the last 9 out of 10 finals, right?
Yeah.
So he's at 10. Yeah, he'll put him at 13 finals and 7-6 record.
Does that not?
Go ahead.
Does that not say enough already?
That he's been to 13
Into
all
that.
those finals. I mean, it's good. It's that's awesome that you get there. But I mean, if you get there and lose, come on now, you got to win some of those. He's at 4 right now. Awesome.
So being the GOAT, it's all said and done by rings.
No, it's all said and done by how you perform getting there and the rings. Because Jordan not only got the rings, but he also performed to get there. Like he led the league, got the MVPs, got the All Stars, Defensive Player of the Year, dunk contest champion,
Let me
all
ask
that.
this then, Marshall. Would you say the NBA right now is more competitive in terms of teams and their probability of winning a chip than it was back then?
I'm gonna say no.
So you don't feel that there's more teams that are actually able to contend than there were back then? Because back then I would say there's probably 6 teams that you were like, oh, they could do it, and the rest of them were just out there. Now
Yeah.
I feel like there's more than 6 teams.
It's a whole different.
No, I don't even. There's probably right now. There's about 4 teams that could win the championship. That could contend for it. That is the Lakers. I don't even know about the Clippers. Like I can't even say whether they can contend after last year. Yeah, well, no. I'm gonna say the Lakers.
Don't get me started on Paul George, who you said is a superstar. Who currently, to
Playoff
me,
Heat.
is not a
Playoff.
superstar.
Yeah, happy star.
During the season, superstar.
He's a superstar.
Playoff,
Yeah.
not so much.
He was on some other stuff. He got in his own head.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say the Lakers, the Celtics, Philly, and I guess for purposes I have to throw in the Clippers. I don't consider Dallas a contender. Too many questions. Too many question marks on Porzingis. I don't consider Milwaukee a contender. They don't have enough. Like there's literally 4 teams. If you want to throw in Brooklyn, fine, but they're a distant 5. So 4, maybe 5 teams. Back then you had Houston, Utah, Detroit was contending, the Lakers.
We gotta speak on what years you're talking about for the first 2 teams that you even mentioned. But go ahead.
Shoot, you had Phoenix with when Barkley was there. You had Seattle with Peyton, Kemp, and them boys.
Here's the thing that's different.
The
There was more, like the talent was spread out more. And that's why there's multiple teams back then. The talent's mostly on
right.
like the 4 or 5 teams that you just mentioned. That's where most of the talent in the NBA is right now.
Right. The top players. Now it's spreading out a little bit because we used to say, well, the West is overwhelmingly the favorite, right? But now some of that talent is going back to the East, so it's bouncing out a little bit, but it's still not where all the teams are engaging. Because you have teams intentionally trying to lose right now. Back then, everybody was still trying to play. You know what I mean? Now it's just
Who's
like,
trying to lose?
You think Detroit is really trying to win? You think that
Shout out to the Spurs.
I haven't seen a game.
Tim Duncan.
Detroit's not trying to win? Sacramento, Minnesota. I mean, you got some up and coming young players, but overall, when it gets down to, they're not trying to win. Come on. Denver was also another team that I was gonna say, but right now they got some problems. MPJ don't come back, they're not a contender to me. They need him.
They're winning without him right now.
They're doing all right. They're doing all right, but you still need him. You need him, and you need They need to play ball.
Let's go. That's the guy right there.
When Clay comes back, the Warriors are a contender because they have enough with adding Wiseman in there. They will be a contender. So that's all I'm saying. Now, anybody who wants to dispute me, please go ahead because I've stated my piece. LeBron has to win the next 3.
I think when you're saying contenders, that's all subjective, right? That's not really based in facts.
To me.
It's just opinions on.
Yeah, it's his opinions, of course.
And I think LeBron will have a argument at the end of his career with all the records piling up, how long he plays in the league. I don't know how many more chips he's going to win, but I think he'll definitely have an argument to be in the Jordan run, 1-1.
Well, he should win this year, that's for sure. We don't know about the following year after that. It depends on how the rest of the team forms around them because they are going to need to get some more pieces the following year. I mean, you need to develop THT. You need to keep Schroeder, Harold, probably get another big man because Gasol looks washed, to be quite honest with you. And they need to do something with Kuzma because he's okay, but I'm just like, I think Kuzma needs his own team in order to get that max potential out of what his career could be. Me personally, but now Dom and Devo, please debate me. What? I mean, you think I'm asking too much? Let me hear it.
Get him.
Yes, you're asking for too much because if we're talking in terms of individual performances, LeBron has done what Michael Jordan, in a sense, was able to do. Not necessarily in the scoring side, but as an overall player. If we're looking at statistics of points scored overall, assists, rebounding, hell, minutes played, like carrying a team that's the Cavaliers, let's be honest, they were not good. You take LeBron out of the equation, you're looking at him right now.
Yeah.
It's still the effect of LeBron being gone. They're not going to the playoffs.
I mean, Kyrie was there
like four seasons later.
Yeah. No, I agree. Now, I will say this. You talk about points, minutes played, all that. LeBron has played, this is his 18th season, correct?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay. Jordan played about 15, 16 years? And he still managed to get, he's the fourth all time in scoring? Or fifth all time now? Because I think LeBron passed him. Fourth or fifth all time. All right, and he still had the career that he did. And he retired, came back, wasn't in basketball shape, still took him to the semifinals, and then won another three-peat. If LeBron retired and came back, he ain't doing that. He's not
We don't know that.
He's not doing that.
We don't
He's
know
not doing that. He's not doing that.
The three-peat, it depends. It depends.
He's not doing it. And now, if he gets that three-peat, I'm going to be like, oh, it's an argument. You can make it. But if he gets that four-peat, definitively for me, he's over Jordan. But three-peat,
I understand where the argument comes from for Michael Jordan, winning championships. But we got to understand that's still a team. That's still a team trophy. That championships are not won by one player.
Of course. So you have AD. AD is a better
as a
number two.
But like, if you think about it, if you look at the teams that LeBron's had, maybe he should have beat the Mavericks. That was a very important one right there. But
didn't step up.
I would say he carried just about every single team.
Right. So I make that argument for him. I said in Miami, Wade, Bosh, those are your only two real reliables. People are like, he had Chalmers and he had Birdman and Cole and Betty. I said, but those dudes happened to step up at that particular time. You can't expecting them dudes to do that a whole season. That's why they look beatable, especially against the Spurs. Ray Allen saved them. If Ray Allen didn't come there, they might not have gotten back to a game 7 situation at that point. So I agree. But from the Jordan side, you had Rodman. Okay, Rodman was more defensive. He didn't, really do a whole thing with scoring, and Pippen. But I mean, Wade, Anthony Davis, they're better than what Pippen was, as if you're gonna call it as a number 2, right? And then if your number 3 is Rodman compared to Bosh that can score more than Rodman on the defensive end, different eras of fouling, not fouling, this, that, and the other. I mean,
that's apples to oranges there.
Yeah. But overall, if I'm looking at the number 2s that LeBron has had as compared to what Jordan had, it's no doubt LeBron has had a better number 2s than what Jordan had with Pippen. Not saying
one argument you gotta address is the coaching. The coaching situation has been very significant.
Yeah, well, I mean,
LeBron coaches himself. That's how great he is.
Yeah, that and the competition.
That's how great he is.
It's not
You're
like,
the GM, the coach.
Exactly. Shows you
it's not like Jordan had to go against Golden State with Clay, Steph, and KD.
No,
he didn't have that.
Yeah, I know that. Obviously, we know that was unfair. You know what I mean? Like,
I think that speaks more to Devontae's point whenever he was talking about how just the talent level in the league now was, I wouldn't say it's like way better than it was back in the day, but like there's hella players like superstars in the league now as opposed to what it was in Jordan's era. So I think you can probably make an argument that the LeBron's wins against the teams that he went against were better than the ones that Jordan went against. So I don't think LeBron necessarily needs to have 7 rings or even 6. I just think he just needs to win one more, and at that point, the GOAT conversation is solidified.
So I will say this: there were not as many offensive superstars back in Jordan's era, but defensively, yes, there were defensive players, the guys that could play defense and lock up team defense. Now there are more offensive players because the league is more catered to the offense now. So I'll give you that, but because it was so much harder to score on people if you could and still drop 30 with what Jordan did in that era where they were hacking the shit, hacking the mess out of you. Almost got too lit there. No cousin. Hacking the mess out of you, and such. And Jordan was still dropping 30. Like, come on, man.
I mean, this
That's
league
tough.
has always been about one thing and one thing only, and that's getting buckets. And this era of basketball right now is bucket getting.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So if you stack the teams Jordan beat against the teams LeBron's beat, I don't think there's any argument right there. I mean, LeBron has beat the highest winning team in the regular season with the Golden State Warriors. So I don't
be started on that.
I think the best argument I've heard for LeBron is after Jordan left and retired, that Chicago team almost with Scottie Pippen leading it almost went to the finals. They should have went to the finals because they got cheated.
Yeah, that's actually true.
And then after LeBron leaves his teams, there's nothing. They're not competing for anything.
Right. No, that's true. But I want to say that also when LeBron has left those teams, like they pretty much the cupboard is bare. I mean, he left Miami and then Bosh is hurt and then Wade was already on the decline. So I mean, there really wasn't anything there. Then he left Cleveland. All you really had was Kevin Love, who was kind of hurt. Kyrie was already gone. So I mean, the cupboard was bare there as well. So I mean, if he were to leave the Lakers and it was just AD, but somebody else were to come along, or AD with that team that they had there, I'm not gonna say they'll go to the finals, but
your man Kuzma,
he could step up.
Speaking of which, at the Cavs, can we go ahead and say Kevin Love was not? He wasn't that guy. Can we go ahead and agree on that?
Yeah, I agree with you. They should have picked up Andrew Wiggins. They should have kept Andrew Wiggins, and
Kevin
they never
Love saw.
And they never should have drafted Anthony Bennett. I mean, the Cavaliers messed up. You know what I mean? Like,
And they still stuck with him.
now, last point I will mention with LeBron. The whole thing was that was gonna say the whole thing was the championship that when he beat the Warriors. Okay, Bogut got hurt, Draymond got suspended, momentum completely shifted. Okay, I'm not gonna use that. I'm gonna use that as a way to say they won for sure, but I'm gonna cancel that championship out with when they could have won the first time against the Warriors. Kyrie gets hurt, Kevin Love gets hurt. It's pretty much LeBron versus the Warriors. So those two cancel each other out, okay? Because I could easily say, well, if the Warriors would have kept their momentum going, they would have two-peated, but stuff happened. Same thing with the Cavs. Kyrie and Kevin Love don't get hurt. I think they can get the Warriors that first time. Might go 7. And even so, LeBron still put up a good series. So those cancel out. First championship, the first time going to the finals, don't count that one. It's against the Spurs. They really had no chance, okay? The Mavericks, I hold that one.
Right.
I hold that one on him. The Spurs, the second time, I hold that one on him, okay? And really, the Spurs could have beaten them the first time, but they lucked up because Ray Allen saved them. And then they outright beat the Thunder. Totally fine. And then the Lakers, wire to wire, they were the best team. Like, I don't even think had the Clippers even won against the Nuggets, they still weren't beating that Lakers team. Like, that Lakers team was just better overall. So this year we will see. We'll see if they can. They should be able to repeat. They should. The Clippers shouldn't be able to touch them. The Nuggets shouldn't be able to touch them. The Mavericks shouldn't be able to touch them. No team should be able to touch that Lakers team. The best matchup for me would be if they went against Philly. That'd probably be the best matchup to maybe push them to a tough 6th, maybe 7th game. But other than that, no series should go beyond 6 games.
Now, I'm gonna give you, your critiques those you have some valid points. But to have watched all 6 of Jordan's championships, I don't think any of us have done that. So it's a bit unfair that LeBron gets this criticism because he's on ESPN every night, and we have to kind of not necessarily take a guess at what Jordan was going through, but we don't have that same content to view in the same light that we have LeBron's career right in front of us, you know? So I think LeBron gets a lot of unfair criticism.
He does.
And so that counts against him in this GOAT debate.
He does get unfair criticism. I mean, I can take Jordan, not beating the Pistons the first time around. Scottie Pippen gets sick. You know what I mean? They could have beaten them, gone to the finals, and beaten the Lakers. Instead, the Pistons went and got their second of that they're back-to-back, right? So that's one I can hold against Jordan. But then he went up, handled his business, came back after, taking, retirement, lost to the Magic, swept them the next year, and then won the next 2 after that. I mean,
yeah, and that speaks to the whole competition thing right there. For a man to retire and come back and get a three-peat, you think that's going to happen anytime soon in this era? Not a chance.
But that speaks to Jordan's greatness, though. That speaks to Jordan's greatness. You admit, I have to admit that. And it's not like I'm the biggest Jordan fan, but I have to admit that. Like, if Kobe would have done some stuff like that, I would have been like, yo, I got to give props to Kobe. And for a while, I was like, until LeBron won this championship, I still had Kobe ahead of LeBron. That is no longer the case. Some people
Interesting.
So I'm gonna leave that there because I don't want to spend all the time on basketball. It's good debates. You know what I mean? So Keys, while we're here, right? I want to run into some football really quick. Before we get into football, I'm gonna run into some football. All right.
Okay.
All right.
Football.
So, Damo, Devo, C-Mac, because I know you watch it too. We had a little debate here about a month ago, I guess, on our top 5 players in the world, soccer players in the world, football players in the world, right? And I was arguing with C-Mac, guys, that I did not have, I think it was Neymar in my top 5.
Like Neymar and Lewandowski too, I think, something like that.
I had Lewandowski in my top 5. I didn't have Neymar in my.
Okay. Yeah.
I didn't have Neymar in my top 5. I had Lewandowski, I had Messi, I had Ronaldo, and I can't remember the other 2 that I had up top of there. But I want to hear from you guys, Damo and Devo. Who are your top 5 players in the world right now?
I'll go first. Okay. I'm gonna start off with the guy you, for somewhat reason, did not have on your top 5, Neymar.
I'm a 6.
I'm gonna go with partner in crime, Mbappe.
No, he's in my top 5. He was another
Mbappe?
one. Yeah, Mbappe is in my top 5. I had him too.
Oh. I'm gonna rock with Ronaldo, Messi, and I would have to say, as of right now, it would be Lewandowski.
Yeah, I think instead of Neymar, I had. It wasn't. I'm trying to remember who I had.
De Gea?
Heck no! You already know how I feel about De Gea.
When you're talking top 5, are you meaning who's in form as of right now and the past year?
Just who's just of this was of this past year, like who's in my top 5. I think I had Salah in my top 5 slightly over Neymar. Slightly.
Why?
Why? The dude was balling.
Yeah, because for me, I guess the difference is if you're asking who's performed up to the standard and who's the better player. Those are 2 different things.
Yeah.
Right.
Who's the better player? I know that, Neymar better than Salah. I'm just saying for that particular year, I had Salah in my top 5.
Well, then
Slightly
I'll
over
agree to that simply because Neymar was hurt for a lot of that time.
there. But even because Salah was hurt, the previous year, 2019, when he got hurt. When did he get hurt?
He got hurt at the end of the season in Champions League. I believe it was the semifinals against Madrid. So he had pretty much a complete year.
Right, but that wasn't last year. That was 2019, right?
18.
Oh, okay, you're talking. Okay.
Yeah, that was 2019 when he was hurt. Right.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, so Neymar was hurt, but that's the only reason why I have Salah. I had Salah this past over him right now as my top 5. So, but continue, Damo. I didn't want to cut you off. Marquise, if you have an opinion on this too, you can say it.
I ain't gonna lie, I don't know nothing about soccer.
Mahomes number 1.
Right, Mahomes. That's all I'm going.
Right. Go ahead, Damo.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense if you're just going in current form or something like that, because for when Neymar's been playing, he's actually his goals per game is actually really, really high.
Right.
But when he's not playing, of course, he's not going to have any.
Right.
And definitely in League One, he's capping off a lot of goals.
Right.
As of right now,
Go ahead.
he's doing pretty good. It's not bad. I could definitely see Salah up there, and for him having that season, he had 30 plus goals. What was that? 20?
Yeah, 23 from he was top goal scorers from last season. He had 23.
Yeah, 23. Oh, okay. Well, then
And he
I
topped
I
the
probably could add Raheem Sterling up there as well, but I'll stick with my top 5. That's about right. Talent wise, that's what it is.
That's right. Devo.
Top 5. At number 1, still would be Messi,
Okay.
Ronaldo. Or I guess if we're going on off of just this past season, Lewandowski, of course, because he won Best Player of the Year, so he would be number 1. And then we would have Messi and Ronaldo. I think on current form, we just can't disregard Erling Haaland. Dude's an absolute monster. So he makes the top 5 for this current run of form.
Right.
And
I'm
then
just talking about from the last season.
Oh, yeah, he's there too. Yeah, he's definitely
still there.
Yeah,
He is nice. He is nice.
that was his year that he broke out last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe for as of right now, he's got 25 Bundesliga games played and 25 goals.
Yeah.
That's unheard of.
Yeah, he's a monster. He's definitely a monster. Now, you see, Mac, we already discussed. Greg, did you have an opinion?
I agree.
That worked. I did want to cover the top goal scorers from last year. I was gonna say, like the Prem League, Salah had 28, Bruno Fernandes 18, Vardy and Son had 17, Calvert-Lewin had 16, Kane had 16, and Danny Ings had 16. So we have Tottenham, Man U, Leicester, Liverpool, Southampton. I mean, those guys play for those teams. I mean, in the tops of the league as of right now. You know what I mean? So those guys were balling. Ronaldo had 33 goals last year. Messi had Messi had 19. Lewandowski, like you said, had 32, and Haaland had 23. So he was starting to break out last year as well.
Who's y'all's favorite goal scorer?
Neymar by far, because I mean it's probably going to be a dribble from half field and then tuck it away. So that's beating a lot of people right there, and then tucking a goal away. That's pretty hard to do. So
Yeah. Neymar is easily the most creative player that the world's probably ever seen.
Right.
That's my personal opinion, of course. But true goal scorer, Lewandowski, very clinical. He takes 5 shots, you're probably getting 3 goals.
Yeah.
And it's like for soccer, that's like a stupid amount. That's a high percentage for soccer. Very, very high.
You're more accurate than Harden.
You got that clip.
This out. Look, you know why I picked Neymar?
Go ahead.
Have you ever watched any Asian movie, any martial arts movie? That's Neymar.
Like where this is going. Okay, I can feel you. Into the Dragon.
You talking Into the Dragon, Bruce Lee, you talking
IP Man.
What'd you say?
IP Man.
IP Man.
Man.
Any
Ip Man.
movie?
Jet Li, Jackie Chan.
Yeah,
Jet
and
Li too.
obviously Erling Haaland at the moment, he just can't seem to miss. Dude's scoring for fun these days.
Yeah. And he's only what, 21? Something like that?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm gonna name somebody none of y'all have named. Sadio Mane. That guy can
He's
score
not a
goals.
goal scorer. Oh my god.
Hot take.
Hold on. What do you mean he's not a goal scorer?
Hot take.
He's a
Okay.
goal scorer. I'm kidding. He's a goal scorer, but like he misses a lot though. That's the problem.
Don't run now, Chris. Don't be running now.
I hear you.
And
Sadio Mane, he gets his buckets, but he's not in the class of those other ones in terms of scoring. He's in the class of overall player, but in terms of scoring, no.
Nah, he hasn't reached that level.
Yeah.
Just scoring. But as of right now, I believe in the EPL, he's up there. What, top 5 EPL? Is he?
No.
T-Mac, fact check that for me, my brother.
I gotta check.
I gotta check I gotta fact check that as well.
No, he's not top 5.
He's not. He's number 3rd. What is he?
It's tied for 13 with 16.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hold on. But he's the reason why Salah gets all his goals. Basically, him.
Yeah.
If it's not Mane, it's Wijnaldum. But Mane controls the game. Basically, that's what I'm saying. That's why he's a top guy for me. But he does put in goals.
Yeah, for sure, top player.
Now, before we get on off of the soccer, Damo, Devo, C-Mac, Man U, as you know, my squad. Devo, I know that's your squad too.
Gang, gang.
They're playing better these days, man. They're playing better. Now, I'm not saying they're playing good. They're playing better. Okay. On top of the league right now, 36 points. We got Liverpool on Sunday. Man, if they can beat Liverpool, and I know Liverpool has some injuries, if they can beat Liverpool, jump up to what, 39 points? They might, I'm not going to say they've been prime position to win the league, but they definitely going to be up there. I mean, give me your thoughts, because right now, y'all still know how I feel about De Gea. Okay, he's been playing a little bit better. I'm going to give it to him. He's been playing a little bit better, but I still think he need to be gone. And Pogba been playing better too. So break it down for me, Devo.
De Gea, obviously, keep him. He's a top goalkeeper. I don't know why you would want to get rid of him. He's had some slip-ups, but most players do. So just because you mess up a few times doesn't mean you got to get the boot. He's been old reliable. Top 3. He's in the top 3 Manchester United players over the past 5 seasons. So I don't know how they could get rid of him. And if they did, who would they bring in that's better for a bargain? I don't see that happening. Anyway, onward to like Manchester United as a whole. They have been playing better, which is strangely good because we're on top of the league playing not so good. And I don't think we've reached our best. I'm saying we because I'm a fan of Manchester United, just in case you guys did not know that. They're not playing their best, and they're still at the top of the table. So that's a good sign. Even when they're playing bad, they're winning games. But with that being said, I will say this run has been quite lucky. The amount of penalties Manchester United has gotten compared to the rest of the league is probably 2 or 3 times over the rest of the league combined. So say what you want there. I can't even argue that we do get more penalties than the rest of the league.
Sorry, we're like the damn Cowboys. Damo.
For Man U, I'm not gonna lie, y'all real lucky right now, man. I don't like Man U, but that's just what it is. Y'all super lucky right now. Y'all got three wins in a row, and I put it all towards Paul Pogba. Pogba turning up. He's turning up. He's showing everybody. He's showing everybody.
Man, put on his
Sorry,
pants.
don't
Switch
mind me.
shirts.
Don't
Put
mind
the
me.
cape on.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you can see it. You know what I'm saying? You can see it. Wait, can you see the light? Anyway, what were you saying, Dom? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Is that real?
He's turning up. He's the reason y'all are doing okay. Besides the penalties, but he's kind of proven everybody wrong. That ever since his manager has said, "Oh, he's got to leave. He's gonna leave this team." He's proven everybody wrong. Like, oh, he's still a top player. So just by him doing his role for the team, it definitely keeps y'all rolling and keeps y'all going as far as you guys really can, because without him, honestly, I don't think you guys are first place. I don't think you guys are first place at all.
I can agree.
And Bruno Fernandes too.
Bruno
He's
has
gonna
been a spark. Bruno has been a spark for them.
Yes, Cavani have been too.
Man, honestly, you guys could have been first place a long time ago if you guys played Gallo. A lot of people don't believe in that man, but I do. That guy's good.
True.
Which one? Which guy?
True.
But I don't think
Say it again, Dom.
y'all gonna beat Liverpool.
No. Who did you say? You said who?
Gallo.
We didn't. Oh, Gallo.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't think we're gonna beat Liverpool? I mean,
No.
Damn, okay.
That was a strong no.
Hold on.
Hell no.
Liverpool
No.
games.
Say it again.
They haven't won 3 games. They're gonna turn up for Man U. They're going to turn up for Man U.
I mean, they play them twice in the next week because they play them for that and the FA Cup. So I mean, one of them's going to probably end in a tie. The other one, well, the FA Cup, somebody I think got to win, or do they do aggregate on FA? I forget.
No, that's one. And it should be one and done.
They'll probably tie Sunday, and then for the FA, they'll probably beat Man U. I mean, Man U's not good in competitions other than Premier League this season, apparently.
Yeah, because last season we made 3 semifinals and lost all 3 of them.
Well, I just see a time. I don't even see. I'm not gonna take any of that for. Y'all just gonna slip up. That's just how I see it. It's been too long. Y'all been on.
It has.
Y'all been too well for too long. You're gonna slip up.
Unfortunately, I agree. I don't think we're gonna hold on to first place for very long. And Liverpool is the perfect team to stop us because they're in second place. For those of you who do not know, Liverpool is in second place at the moment, and they are current champions as of last season. This is the team to beat. And although it's still early in the season, 17 games and 38 total games played, so we're almost at the halfway mark. But Liverpool is a stronger team, and they've got probably I want to say 4 or 5 injuries for their starting 11, and they're still in second place. So that speaks a lot.
So I'm going to say there's a dark horse right now that could probably come up and overtake both Man U and Liverpool, and that is Man City. They've only played 16 games right now. So number one, they played a game less than Man U and Liverpool. So if they would have played, because I think their game got canceled with Aston Villa, if they would have played, beaten Aston Villa, they would have been on top of Liverpool, a point behind Man U. So I'm going to say watch out for Man City. Leicester can't be slept on either. Everton is up there. They're going to fall. Tottenham is falling off. And yeah, that's about it. So I would say Man City, Leicester are going to give some chase. Man City probably a little bit stronger chase than Leicester will. So that are my thoughts.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and say Man City is not a dark horse. We see them loud and clear.
Dark horse probably wrong.
They're
We didn't
chasing
mention
Man
They
United right now.
won the league 2 seasons ago, and I believe last season they got second place.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know who they are. They're right across the street.
So let me say they're not a dark horse. They're right there. They're right there.
Don't be
Dark
surprised if they turn up and they have a good shot to win the league this year too. So they're only like,
Yeah, we're on a
assuming
roll
they
right
win
now.
their next game, they're only 1 point behind first place.
Gotcha. Dark horse. So Marquise, I'm gonna share with you how the league works, or the Premier League works. So top 4 teams get a chance to go. They go to play the in the UEFA Champions League, right? That's pretty much the top of the top, right? So obviously you want to try to finish in the top 4. If you finish 5th or 6th, you'll be in the Europa League, which is kind of like the league right below, and that's like all Champions League.
Think of it as Division 1 and Division 2 playoffs
Of Europe, all the European teams, right? So I had made a prediction early on. There's a team in the Premier League called Southampton. All right. I said that they could finish top 4 if they were to beat Manchester United, which they lost the damn game.
Shameful.
Seventh right now. They're in 7th right now. Now they think I'm crazy. Dom, Devo, C-Mac think I'm crazy. I said if they would have beaten Man U, they would have had a chance to be in the top 4. Since that has happened, Man U has been playing better. They have only lost in non-Premier League games, which I'm like, I'm cool with that. Y'all can go ahead and lose all them other damn games and win the league, come back stronger next year, Champions League, FA Cup, Carabao, we in that thing. That's all I'm going to say. But I'm going to switch gears now, fellas. We gotta move on to the last thing. Is the
Believe,
NFL.
Marshall, the important part is you believe. You put the
I
jersey
believe.
on, you believe.
I believe. You see the thing? You see, you know what I'm saying? We rapping. Yo, let's switch up to the NFL right now, man. Keith, this is what you've been waiting for.
Yeah, let
Jump
my
through
guy
now.
get his time. Go ahead, spit some knowledge on us.
Yeah,
About
all
to intercept the ball right now.
right. Well, first off, Keith, I'm gonna ask you this question. Damo and Diva, I'm gonna ask you this too. What you know?
Message.
Right. Who do you think the MVP of this year is? We got 3 possible candidates. I'm gonna throw at you: Mahomes, Rodgers, Derrick Henry.
Who you asking me?
Yes.
It's got to be Aaron Rodgers. As big of a Chiefs fan as I am, big of a Pat Mahomes fan as I am, you got to look at the totality of the regular season, and you have to give it to Rodgers. 48 touchdowns. That's 2 shy of 50, which has only been done by 3 other quarterbacks in the history of the league: Tom Brady, Pat Mahomes, and Peyton Manning. And of course, Pat Mahomes won MVP whenever he got 50. So, especially for Aaron Rodgers, like at this stage in his career, throwing 48 touchdowns. I mean, he was just balling this year. I mean, and you can make the argument that Mahomes should deserve it too, based off of record, and he still had a good season himself. But I think you got to get a nod to Aaron Rodgers right now.
All right. Damo and Diva, I know you saw some of the games. I don't know if you can give me some thoughts about it, Devo. Between Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, Derrick Henry.
I'm gonna go purely off of just a feeling. Now, I can't give you NFL the same way I do soccer. So
I'm hooked
for
on the
me,
feeling.
For me, I'm going with Henry, running back, leading his team, putting 2,000 yards on the ground.
Just made Marshall really
I
happy.
mean, what else can he do?
I like that. I like that. I'm gonna pick.
Team on his back, dude.
I'm gonna go off your point, Damo.
Get off me, child's play.
Ooh.
Charles.
Who we got?
Derrick Henry, Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers.
I'm gonna just Mahomes. I'm sorry because I know how it's gonna end. I just know how it's gonna end.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I like that. I like that. So
Gotta give it to the light skin brother with the State Farm commercial, of course.
Hey, State Farm is really the true MVP of
Yeah.
this damn season because they got Pat Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers.
yeah, for real. And Jake from State Farm he getting paid.
I'm saying, bro, like I would love to be.
Why did they give him the name Jake though? Is the question because they already had a Jake from State Farm.
Man.
He could have been anybody else.
It could have been Daquan or something.
I'm saying Daquan from State Farm.
Daquan from State Farm.
Saquon from State Farm. So here's what I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go off of this. I'm gonna ask you guys this question, Dom, Devo, and Marquise.
Hey, real quick, no
Yeah.
Josh Allen.
No Josh Allen. He was fourth on my list.
Oh, okay, because that would have been my main pick right there. That's why I picked Mahomes. Because really, honestly, I think Josh Allen. I think, yeah.
Yeah, no, he was balling. Didn't have quite the numbers that Mahomes and Rodgers did. But here's my question to you guys on the top three. All right. So, Marquise, you're a Chiefs fan, okay? If you take Patrick Mahomes off of that team and you put, let's say you put like a Derek Carr, are they still going to the playoffs?
Yeah.
Are they still winning the division?
Yeah.
Okay. If you take off Aaron Rodgers and you put, let's go. Oh, who's another good one? I'm scouring the league right now. Huh? Okay, we can put Derek Carr. We can put Derek Carr on the Packers. Are they winning the division?
Yes.
Are they going to the
The
playoffs?
Lions were terrible. They got the Bears who are inconsistent, and you got the Vikings who are pretty inconsistent also. So
But
yes.
scouring offensive weapons that they have, right? Two.
Huh?
But both teams with the offensive weapons that they have, they're probably going to the playoffs, yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Here's my other question. If you have, we'll say,
Don't put Derek Carr at running back now.
no, not putting Derek Carr running back. not gonna do that.
They'll be trying to.
Not gonna do that. If we have a healthy Saquon or a healthy Christian McCaffrey and we put them on Tennessee's team, are they going to the playoffs and are they winning the division?
I think they go to the playoff. Well, did the Titans make the playoffs this year? Yeah,
They
they
win
did.
the division.
I think yes, I do think they would go to the playoffs with Saquon or Christian McCaffrey for sure. I do not think they might have won the division. I think the Colts might have won the division.
Okay, well,
Agreed.
so here's the thing. If you're saying that they wouldn't have won the division this year, they wouldn't have gone to the playoffs because they would have been looking on the outside. They would have been on the outside looking in. And that's the difference between Mahomes, Rodgers, and Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry makes such a difference on that team in Tennessee that if you take him off and you just put maybe just an even average, if you put Ezekiel Elliott on that Tennessee team, they ain't going to the playoffs.
Yeah, 'cause
They're not
you
winning the
fumbling
division.
every time.
They go to the playoffs.
No, they're not going to the playoffs.
You fumble everything.
I mean, they still got AJ Brown. They still got Tannehill.
Okay, but your quarterback is Tannehill, and he did not have he had a decent season, but he's not a type of guy that can get you over the hump. If you had a Deshaun Watson there, I would say, oh yeah, you're looking at Tennessee and Kansas City as those two teams who are probably fighting for the Super Bowl. If you put a Derek Carr even where Tannehill is, and you have him throwing to the ball to the receivers, they're probably 13-3, maybe 12.
Derek Carr?
Yeah, if you have Derek Carr's a better QB than Ryan Tannehill. But if you take Derrick Henry off of that
That's
team,
debatable.
he's a better quarterback than Tannehill. He's a better quarterback than Tannehill.
I've seen Derek Carr plenty of times. He makes some questionable decisions at times.
Remember, he was injured. He took them to the playoffs. Okay, 11-5, 12-4, whatever that they were before he was injured.
Last time the Raiders made the playoffs was like 3 years ago.
But that was Derek Carr. And ever since then, he had been injured. You had Mariota. You had somebody else running QB, and they were just kind of, on the downswing. But with Tannehill, he came in, but Henry's the one that really pushed them to making the conference championship last year. And the reason why they didn't win this year was because the Ravens shut him down.
He got bottled up, slapped around.
1 touchdown and 1 interception for 160 something yards. Come on, man. I'm not saying Derrick Henry deserves the MVP. Aaron Rodgers, I think, deserves it.
Oh, yeah. If you look at the true definition of MVP, most valuable player on the team, I agree with you. I think, Derrick Henry is probably the most valuable player out of all the candidates. And I also believe that we need to stop really looking at the MVP award as like a quarterback award, because
exactly
this situation right here, if you take Derrick Henry off that team, you'll see how much of a downfall that they have, as opposed to if you take a Derek Carr.
The problem with doing it like that, though, is because you would start looking at like offensive tackles and defensive tackle players as like, these guys are actually like very valuable. Like even the team getting like going 8-8 in the season without that offensive tackle or defensive tackle or safety, they wouldn't get like those 8 wins. They would go like 2-14 or something like that, and that's not enjoyable to see.
The real MVPs.
Yeah,
but I will say this: on as far as offensive tackles, it's more of a unit that helps a guy get to where they need to, right? Because I mean, people were saying, "Oh, well, it's the run blocking that's helping Derrick Henry find the holes." You could say it's the same thing as the pass protection that's keeping Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes safe, right? So you have to look at a running back who was he had somebody block for him that was on the defensive end. He had 2,000 yards.
You see the post where they're talking about Derrick Henry? None of his offensive tackles were a Pro Bowl. None of them made the Pro Bowl. Yeah,
that's my point.
So that's what I'm saying. Slightly under, and they're that's a little tricky.
But that's what I'm saying. That's why I think Derrick Henry deserves more consideration than what he's getting. Because there's analysts and stuff saying, "Oh, he's like 4 or 5, or he's not even in my top 5 in the MVP." I'm like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? So that's why I'm like, running backs get a bad stick, in the game. But Keith, same thing that you're saying. It's the same thing with LeBron. LeBron should be getting MVP. Should have won MVP this last year, if we're going to be quite honest. Should have won that over Giannis.
Big facts.
You know what I mean? So,
I was pissed at that.
Yeah. But anyway, Aaron Rodgers will probably get it.
Was Aaron Rodgers Giannis this year?
Hey,
if Mahomes wins it, then isn't he LeBron?
Hey, I think the only reason why Mahomes is not going to win is because we're so used to his excellence. I might be speaking bias, I don't know, but we're so used to his excellence year in and year out that, I mean, analysts and everybody just get tired of really talking about Pat Mahomes, so they really want somebody else to give accolades to. So, but I mean, Aaron Rodgers has had a great year, so I can't really argue that he doesn't deserve it.
Right. I mean, if he didn't have this year that he had and it was closer, I probably would have given it to Mahomes, like no doubt. Now I would have been like, they should have given it to Mahomes, but Aaron Rodgers had this type of year. Probably won't have this type of year like this again. So Mahomes probably might get it next year, more than likely. Now, Damo, I want to ask you this question because we had a little discussion. Overall, who has had a better career that you think is better between Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers?
Damn, man, you put me on the spot with that.
I did.
As of
asking what the meaning of life is.
No. As of right now, I'm rolling with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, that's an easy one for me.
Right. I'm saying career. I understand, like, coming into season before this season between Wilson and Rodgers, who was the better QB? before the season? Because obviously Russell Wilson was an early MVP candidate. That's all I'm asking.
He's kind of always been kind of an early MVP candidate and then fizzles out.
Right. No, I agree. I was gonna say,
Um,
do you think that Russell Wilson, you being a Seahawks fan, do you think he's never really had the weapons that Aaron Rodgers has had as far as wide receivers wise, or do you think that it's just he's not as talented as
yeah, you could say that. And then as of right now, too, we ain't got no O line, so that's why he plays the way he plays. There's not too much to go off of that right now because
No, I agree.
yeah,
I agree.
Aaron Rodgers is just killing it right now. So
I agree.
I mean,
And I like
he's definitely ahead.
And I like Russell Wilson. DK is going to be a good receiver for them. He's not. Some people were like, he's top 5. I'm like, he's not top 5 yet. Like, we need to
No.
slow the brakes right now. But definitely, I think had they had a Josh Gordon who got indefinitely suspended again,
Man, that's so special.
He just
His
needs
30
to
for 30 was crazy.
he needs to retire.
Just at home. Oh,
If they would have had him to go with Lockett and Metcalf, I think Russell Wilson has an opportunity to get an MVP. I really, really do. Because now
I still don't even think so. That's
Really?
I mean, that's
It's the
great.
line, bro. It's the O-line.
yeah.
It's
That's
the
what
O
I
line. I watched too many games that, like him just getting sack after sack after sack.
Yeah.
3 and out.
Dude has
3 and
to
out.
scramble on every play.
He does.
He literally has to play hero ball every single snap. Like he's under pressure every single snap.
Under pressure.
Yeah.
Now,
And
if
that
he did have
it
a
was
better
clear
O-line-
against the Rams. That was very
Yeah.
clear.
Aaron Donald was eating their lunch.
Come here.
That
Get over
man
here.
was walking.
Get
through.
over here.
He said, "Can I come in, please?" And they're like, "Sure."
He just said, he just that bully coming in. He said, "Give me your lunch." Yes, sir.
He was lifting his big man off the ground. Just like, I was like, God,
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, he is superhuman, so I'll give him that. But the O-line needs some help. They need some milk, man.
Need some milk.
Need some milk.
Water gonna make them crazy. Yep. All right, so we got that out of the way. Now let's go ahead and get into these predictions for these games.
Oh
right?
man.
For these games. All right, we're gonna start off.
Down some money. Who putting down some money?
Let's get ready to rumble.
Yes, sir. All right. First one we're gonna start off with Bills and Ravens.
Oh,
Tough one.
God.
Tough one. All right.
Going Bills on that one though.
So right now, Bills and Ravens. Bills are 2.5 point favorites in this game. If our other colleague Brandarius was here, he'd be like, "Oh, Ravens all day, bro."
Ravens flock. Big trust, bro.
Block Nation.
Big trust. All right, so I got the Bills with this one. You know what? This is a tough one. This is a tough one.
He said, I got the Bills. Hold up.
I take that back.
All right. I'm going to go with the Bills on this one. Reason being that Allen to Diggs passing game, that's tough. That QB receiver connection is tough. Beasley out in the flat is going to give them some problems too, give the Ravens some problems. There's not really much of a running game that the Bills really have that can, they're really going to do anything. The thing is their defense going to make Lamar turn into a passer? Because if they turn him into a passer, that game's going to be over. It's going to be over. They don't have a deep threat. So if you stop the run, because that's what they want to do, I think the Bills can pull this one out. So I'm going to go with the Bills winning this one 24-21. That's my prediction.
Respect.
I'm going to let C-Mac go next.
Oh, man, I want to go Bills too, but I think the Ravens They're gonna take this one, and I like what you said about they're gonna try to make Lamar Jackson throw, right? But when it comes down to the second half, it's gonna be tough to do that because everybody's gonna be so damn tired. And like with the Tennessee Titans, they struggled in the second half trying to contain him. So I think the Ravens are gonna get this one, and I think that's gonna be the last win.
Okay. What's the score prediction?
2013, just like the last game.
Okay.
Close.
Okay. Go ahead, Mr. Chiefs.
Man, this is a super tough one for real because, like you said, the Bills do not have a run defense, and the Ravens have a strong. I mean, the Bills don't have a run game, but the Ravens have a strong run defense, and they even have a good passing defense. They have a good defense overall.
Yeah, they turned up for sure.
I mean, with the Bills' non-existent running game, and with the Ravens having a good passing defense, I don't think they'll be able to, shut down. What's his name? Stephon Diggs. But, I can't. I'm gonna have to go with Bills. I think the Bills will have the edge on this one. They're a hot team right now. Right. Josh Allen is playing at MVP caliber level, so I'm going with the Bills.
What score?
27-20.
Okay, I like it.
This is recorded, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Get money for being right?
Right.
All right. Let's go with Greg. Go ahead.
I have no idea. This is really tough. I'll go Ravens. I think they'll be able to run out all over the Bills, kind of like how the Colts did. I wasn't really impressed by the Bills in that game. Yeah. The Ravens started off slow. Lamar threw some bad passes. They didn't look good. Lamar's going to be in the snow. He's never played in the snow before. It's a little hesitant.
Yeah.
But I'll go Ravens to be able to establish the run and control the game. I'm going to go 2017. Bills miss a field goal. Type.
Okay. I like it. Damo or Devo, you can just give me a score. You don't want to analyze.
I'm taking the Ravens. Shit.
1-2.
32-17.
Oh,
wow. Let's go.
Okay. Go with prediction. Go ahead, Damo.
I'm going to go the Bills. 28-24.
Okay. I like it. I like these predictions, man. We're gonna stay in the AFC and we're gonna go ahead and do them Chiefs and Browns.
Come on, I'll go first on this one.
Waiting his whole life to do this, right?
It's gonna be a blowout. Done.
88 vote team be
I'll
not.
tell you this right now. This drink kicking in. Anyway, the Browns, they got a good squad. And I said this to my homies in the group chat as well. Like, I remember when the Chiefs were where they were at. A good squad, definitely can contend, but they not there yet. There's levels to this. And the Browns just are not there. So I'm just talking shit. I don't think they're gonna blow them out. It's gonna be a close game. I think we win by about a touchdown, but they not winning the game.
What's the score?
It'll be 35-21. 35-21.
That's more than a touchdown.
What can I say?
Okay. Damo, give me a score.
48-37.
God damn.
Hey, shootout.
I need a shootout. That's true. Go ahead, Devo.
Chiefs. Hold
Man
on.
said, this man said first play of the game,
Wait.
kickoff, touchdown.
The Chiefs, 48-37, because that's what the Browns beat the Steelers by. But this is what's gonna go on.
Okay.
The Browns gonna come out rolling, and Mahomes just gonna let it happen. And then second half, he gonna just flip it all the way around and be like, "Psych." Get your
Thought I'd let you get the chance.
Man, I can't take no more comebacks after last season, man. Like my heart can't take no more comebacks anymore. So I hope that's not what happens, but I wouldn't be surprised to be honest.
Okay, Devo, go ahead.
And I'm gonna put this game tight because I feel like this is one off of a field goal. 30-27.
Okay. Ooh. 30,
They don't buy that down.
Oh, who? Chiefs or Browns?
Chiefs.
Okay. Go ahead, Greg.
And I want to pick the Browns so bad because 2 linemen out for the Chiefs. Clyde Edwards-Helaire might not play. Sammy Watkins is out. I mean, it's the Browns at the end of the day.
Browns is the Browns.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go. It's gonna be a close game because
Shout out
Chiefs,
Juju.
Chiefs defense always.
Corvette. How could you get like that?
Yeah,
I'm gonna say because
why the internet just eat him up to the internet just ate up Juju. Juju is no more.
AB was right, man. AB was right.
He was right.
He was.
But I think it'll be a close game because Chiefs defense. So it'll be 35-31.
Okay. Who winning?
Chiefs.
T-Mac.
Don't have to go find me anywhere.
I haven't gone to you, right, T-Mac?
No. I'm gonna go Chiefs. 28-17.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Marshall?
All right, man. I mean, I think it's pretty clear. You know, the Chiefs, Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, like they're tough. I mean, they're a better team than the Browns. You know, we know this. Baker Mayfield, he's been playing better. Hunt and Chubb are a good, backfield running backs, and Landry showed up. If they would have had Odell Beckham, probably might have been a more, they might have had more of a chance.
I mean, throw that, man.
Yeah, that's true. They don't even.
Odell don't even want to play no more.
Yeah. So I mean, it's the Chiefs, man. That are gonna lose this week to the Browns. I'm like, I'm going with the Browns. Why am I going with the Browns? Let me tell you why.
Off the top ropes.
Chubb and Hunt are
is
gonna
Browns.
eat the clock. They're gonna eat the clock up. All right. It's gonna be early 21-7. I think the Browns will go up early 21-7. Chiefs will make that comeback. But in the end, Baker is finally gonna get over that damn hump, and they're gonna kick a game-winning field goal and win that thing 30-27. I got the Browns.
Damn, same score line as me, except opposite way.
That's right.
Okay.
Hey.
Right.
It's not going to close at all. Casey is just going
This will be my last episode.
Myles Garrett is going to put pressure on Mahomes like he has not felt at all this year. Just watch. But that's what I'm going to say.
Like, I'm going to unfollow y'all.
But I want to say this. I'm saying this because last year with Keys, Texas was up, whooping that butt. And I said, the Chiefs, I don't think they got it. I said, they looking trash right now. He said, keep that same energy. What happened? Came back and won on some BS.
Dang, Marshall hold the revenge, the grudge.
I was saying, Marshall was talking in my ear the whole playoffs. Every time we were down, when we were down 24-0 to the Texans, Marshall was like, y'all still gonna win? Blah, 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 blah.
I did.
Keep
I
that
sure did.
same energy.
I'm sure.
We started coming back, right?
Why?
I was like,
Because
getting a little quiet, Marshall. What's up?
why? This is why. Because the Chiefs hadn't proven this to me yet. They lost the previous year to the Patriots. I know there's there's that. pass interference. That shouldn't have been. Da, 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 da. I said, no, the Chiefs just don't got it yet. And I didn't think they had it yet. They proved me wrong. Congratulations. I was wrong. I may be wrong again this year. But I'm going with the Browns. And here's the reason why. Because Marquise is too damn happy. He's a Lakers fan. They won the championship, and the Chiefs won the damn championship. He's too happy. I need this nigga sad. That's the only reason I'm going with the Browns.
I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm not gonna lie. I've been talking a lot of shit on Twitter.
Oh,
I know you have. He's too damn happy.
Damo said, put your money on it.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't like this is the best feeling in the world to see a team win the Super Bowl. Especially, I ain't seen the Chiefs win a playoff game till I was like 23. Like 23 years, I've never seen the Chiefs win a playoff game. And to have this feeling of us winning the Super Bowl,
How do you think I feel about the Cowboys? I haven't seen the Cowboys win a playoff, dang near a playoff game in my life, or even get with national championship.
You ought to switch teams there.
Why do you support them?
Because I gotta ride with this.
To be angry at them.
Yeah, I gotta ride with my team. And even my Spurs
It's abusive
I'll say
relationship.
this though. Hey, stay down, Marshall. Even though they've been, trash all these years, and Stephen A. been clowning them on Sports Center.
The accident
Stay
waiting to
down.
happen.
Hey, stay
Dude,
down.
Marshall gonna be 69 years old. Come on, Cowboys. Come on, Cowboys.
You're right. Because by that time, Jerry Jones
Ain't
will
never
still
win
be
in
alive
your life.
too.
Never
Jerry
win
Jones
in
gonna be
your
120
life.
still calling the shots, man. I'm telling you. We ain't winning until Jerry Jones retires.
Jerry Jones, the fifth, is going to be in charge. One of their kids is going to be the quarterback.
Nah, yeah, y'all still gonna have Dak Prescott.
But anyway, yeah, I don't need. Anyway, like I was saying, I don't need Marquise coming on talk about. This is the one he put this year. He said, "Drew Brees, Swiss cheese, some of these." I was like, I need to get on this thing.
Drew
with the
Brees,
rhymes.
Jason Voorhees, please. We can't cuss on here.
Hey, what's in that cup, Marquise? Calm down.
He's game ready.
I got that yak.
Game ready already.
All right, let's get these last two out the way, man. I've been holding y'all for a while. Rams, Packers, Green Bay, 6.5 point. Oh, by the way, before I switch, Chiefs are a 10-point favorite against the Browns. So just for that. Packers, Rams. Packers are a 6.5 point favorite against Green Bay. Wolford will not play. He's hurt. So we got Jared Goff starting for the Rams. Packers should win this game. If they lose this game, that's going to hurt. That is going to hurt. But I think
Take
they
the
will.
MVP away from Rodgers.
Right. I think they will win. The Packers will win this game against the Rams. And it should be a pretty easy game, somewhere along the lines of like 33-17.
You know what? I hope the Packers lose. I don't know if I'm just salty because Aaron Rodgers is going to win the MVP instead of Mahomes. But what the matchup that I'm most like excited to see is all-pro DB against all-pro wide receiver. Jalen Ramsey versus Devontae Adams. Because he's going to be trailing them the whole game.
Oh, yeah.
Jalen Ramsey going to talk that talk. And I'm interested to see if he'll get in Devontae Adams' head. Devontae Adams is, as much as I've changed my mind on Twitter, Devontae Adams is the best receiver in the NFL. So to see them two go against each other, what, you don't agree?
No.
He the best receiver. Look at the numbers.
No.
But to see them two go against each other, it's gonna be something to watch for sure.
Okay. What's the score?
I think it's gonna be a close game. I think it'll probably be like 24-21.
Okay. Devontae Adams is not better than Michael Thomas. We'll talk about it. Go ahead, Devontae.
Stop.
Or
Stop.
Keenan Allen. Go ahead, Devontae.
Packers for the win. 28-21. Keep it simple. Move on.
Damo.
There it is.
Okay, Packers 32-17.
Ooh, that's such an odd number.
Blowout.
don't see that in the NFL.
Blowout.
I like it. I like it. Okay. He doing one off of what I'm doing. I like it. Go ahead, Greg.
You know me, I'll never bet $1 on golf ever in my life. Golf going to Lambeau, not gonna happen. Let's go Packers 31. I'll go under Damo, and I'll do 17.
Yo, I said 33. And y'all want to go? Okay. All right.
Well, you
go
got to
ahead.
me last, man. What am I supposed to do? I already had it.
This ain't the Price is Right.
Go ahead, C-Mac.
You copied me.
Packers 35-14.
Okay, I like that. A blowout. It's gonna be a blowout. Last game.
Golf got one arm.
Hey, last game. I mean, this one is like. Now it's gonna be aired on National Geographic. The first NFL game to ever be aired on National Geographic, or not National Geographic, the History Channel. I'm joking.
I was like, what?
I got what you meant.
I said National Geographic. I meant the History Channel. Wrong.
But, oh, look, a flying penguin.
History Channel. My bad. Buccaneers Saints. Drew Brees just turned, I think, 41 or something like that. And
Old people
Brady's
bowl.
already 42. I mean,
Jenkins.
the Saints are. This is to me the Saints' worst nightmare. Having to go up against the Buccaneers for a third straight time. It's hard to beat a team 3 times in a season, and they've already beaten them twice. I think the Buccaneers come out and win this game, even though the Saints are a 3-point favorite. Saints got some type of voodoo running around their franchise, man.
They do.
they
Playoffs, bro. They do.
Saints got the voodoo running around, man. And they didn't look too impressive against the Bears team, although the Bears do have a good defense. But I see the Buccaneers coming out with this win. Brady led final play 28-24. Buccaneers win it. Damo.
I got the Saints 35. 21.
Okay. All right, I like it. Go ahead, Devo.
35-28 Bucks.
Okay. C-Mac.
I was gonna say 35, but you both said 35. So I was like,
Yeah,
I
right,
gotta pick a
this
new
one
number
down.
right now.
Everybody's
But
predictions, so I can-
but it's gonna be 35-28 Saints.
Okay. Go ahead, Greg. I mean, Marquise.
So I'm going 36 since everybody want to choose 35.
I
20,
said 28.
okay, 36-28.
That's a weird score. Okay, I like it. Go ahead, Greg.
I'll
Even
do
numbers?
two. I'll do 2 more than you. I'll do 38. 38-24 Saints.
All right. I did 28-24, so I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that, man. By the way, like I said, the Saints are a 3-point favorite in that.
Yeah, that's before Tom Brady listened to that Florida Kodak Black.
Yep.
Loser retires. Loser retires.
No blocking before the game, and he's gonna be throwing darts down there.
Loser retires, man.
Just remember, Florida man never loses.
Yeah, absolutely.
How about all that?
Last couple of quick things. Urban Meyer now becoming the Jaguars head coach. We'll see what he can do with Trevor Lawrence because that's who they're probably going to draft number 1 overall. I mean, he's a great college coach, won about 80% of his games. Last in Ohio State won 90% of his games. So we'll
That's
see what
about
he's
to
able-
change.
Yeah, probably. Although Robinson is a good rookie to have on your squad. I mean, undrafted, still had about 1,000 yards. Like he was balling. They got Shark wide out.
Yeah, Shark, Chenault.
Yep. So
They got
We'll
this
see.
little squad. Trevor Lawrence coming to town.
Got the number 1 pick, the most salary cap projected.
So we'll see. We will see. The Jets hired a new coach.
First
The
grade.
49ers. Yep, the 49ers defensive coordinator Robert Saleh. He was actually one of Detroit's top picks because he's from
Michigan
Detroit.
State, right?
Yep.
He lives there.
Yep. So, but he going to the Jets. Wish him the best over there. I mean, the Jets are the Jets. Ooh.
Yeah.
Got a
Unless they not wearing green and white no more, expect the same thing next season.
No, I think he'll turn that franchise around.
Hopefully that he does. I mean, he's a
Maybe
defensive.
not the first year, but
he's a defensive coordinator, and their defense is actually coming along. It's just their offense that they need to do something with.
like go get Justin Fields or the other dude from BYU.
Zach Wilson.
Yes, Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Unpopular opinion: offense wins games.
Ooh.
I mean,
I said it.
look at what Patrick Mahomes is doing. 51 unanswered points. I mean, against the Texans. That's offense right there. That's true.
Shoot, I know our defense ain't winning us no games.
Hey, the honey badger, man. The honey badger.
That's why the Cowboys going to draft Jamar Chase and drop 50 points a game.
Oh,
We're going 5 wide, baby.
Oh,
Cowboys will never win until we get rid
Till
of
next year.
More.
I was before
Not
next
that
year.
year. The next year.
y'all better pay Dak. Y'all better pay Dak his money.
I hope they pay back as well.
Yeah, we will.
Okay. So I wanted to ask you guys this question, okay? So we're going into this last section I call under the scope. So last week we talked about Houston, right? The sports town of Houston, how the Texans messed up with Deshaun Watson. He wants his way out.
Gone.
James Harden is gone. They're gonna probably lose some other players as well. And the Astros are looked at as cheaters and hated by the whole MLB and might go down as that unless they're able to win another couple of World Series titles and shut everybody up. So we'll see how that goes. But this week, we're talking about the sports town of Detroit, or the sports city of Detroit. We got the Pistons, Tigers, and then the Red Wings for hockey. Red Wings probably being the most consistent franchise right now as they won Stanley Cup, I believe in 2017, C-Mac? More than recently. And the Lions, who are just bad. So, Marquise, I want to start with you on this. What does Detroit need to do to become relevant again? Because, I mean, for the Pistons wise, they had Drummond, Monroe, tried to go big. That didn't work out. Thought they had something with Wesley Johnson. That didn't work out. And Contavious Caldwell-Pope. And now they're just trying to get by with Jeremy Grant, Derrick Rose. I mean, I'm going to put that one to you. What do the Pistons need to do, man? Because obviously something's not working.
You're right. Honestly, I don't keep up with Detroit as much as I probably should. I mean, I really don't really care for any Detroit franchises
I feel you.
to even really speak on what they actually need. But just from the outside looking in, I'd probably say that they just need to blow everything up, just rebuild from the start. When it comes to the Lions, and when it comes to the Pistons, just rebuild. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got some old players on each of those teams. Drummond's with the Cavaliers, but anyway, the Lions. You look at Matthew Stafford, injury prone, good quarterback. Don't get me wrong, he's a good quarterback and he's had some great years, but it's time for them to just blow it all up and start rebuilding.
Hey, Pete there right now, right?
Who?
Peterson. Adrian Peterson there right now, right?
Yeah, old man Peterson is still there.
Yep. Get him out. Okay.
That's the best thing I can say for them.
Okay. Devo, any quick thoughts?
Yeah, I can't really speak too much to Detroit, but only thing I can say is they need some more heat from Big Sean. That's all I know.
Let's go with that.
Yes, sir.
Damo, you concur. Damo concurs. You're good. You're eating. You're good. You're good.
No, got it.
Oh.
They need to sell the Pistons to Seattle.
Ooh.
Hold on.
Oh.
And the Lions need to combine with the Browns. That'll be some.
The Cleveland Brown Lions. I like it.
Really chesty.
The Brown Lions.
Wow. Lions.
They're switching places right now.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I mean it's true. They're bad. G-Rag, go ahead.
As far as the Pistons, they just need to draft well. I mean, that's what they're not a destination. Detroit's not a destination for free agents.
Mhm.
And the free agents you're gonna get, you're gonna have to way overpay for them. And that's gonna strap your salary cap. So obviously you're gonna have to develop within, get the right coach, development program going.
Okay.
And do stuff like that. It's the same thing. I mean, it's just organizational structure behind these bad organizations. Starts from the ownership. The checklist is: does the owner care about winning? Probably not. Do they have their kids running front offices? Probably. Do they hire the wrong coaches? Are they on top of like the new wave of, like some of these people don't even have analytics or not even start studying stuff. Like it just starts from the top all the way down.
Right. I agree. C-Mac.
So you were saying the Red Wings, last time they went to the Stanley Cup and won was in 2007. Pistons haven't won a playoff series since 2007, 2008, same time as the Red Wings won the Stanley Cup. Lions haven't won a playoff game since 1991. So I mean,
Oh yeah, the Lions are cursed.
I don't think they know what a win is in crunch time. So they forgot what the definition of that was. And I know Greg was mentioning it, and like it starts from the top down, and families run these organizations, and they're all typically linked because they're all for the major city. And I don't know what it is, man. I don't know what it is, and I don't know what it would take to bring back something to it. I'll tell you what it is, actually. It's money. And it's whether the city's doing well, then the team's doing well because there's money in the city and there's attractiveness to the city, and it brings just visitors from everywhere around the world to the city. And if there's money in the city, then their sports teams will do well. That's the only reason, actually.
Right. Okay. I like it.
Do the Lions have a head coach right now?
They fired Patricia, right?
Yeah, they have an interim head coach right now.
This is what I'm gonna say that they need then. They need to hire my man EB, Eric Bieniemy.
Yeah.
Our offensive coordinator who's gotten blackballed the past 3 years in this league. Led a top 5 offense. A lot of people don't want to give him credit because Andy Reid's the head coach. But little do they know, Eric Bieniemy does call the plays. He might not call all the plays, but he does call the plays. And then if you look at some of his interviews, the dude knows how to lead a team. And if you look at interviews from players on the team, they all respect him in that regard because he holds them accountable. Yeah. He is a head coach in this league. He deserves a head coaching job. And I was honestly pissed whenever I heard the news today that the Falcons decided to hire some no-name coach that nobody really knows. Some people might know him, but
they hired. Who did they hire? I looked at that. Go ahead.
But the dude deserves some respect. As of right now, you said the Lions don't have a head coach.
Correct.
The Chargers still don't have a head coach, so I'm hoping that he lands a spot. I think he can really change the culture of a franchise.
Especially when you give a job to
Arthur Smith, who's the guy they hired.
What's up?
Yeah, the Arthur Smith, the Titans offensive coordinator, who the Falcons hired.
Oh, true. Yeah. Right. Nobody knows that guy.
I was just gonna say it's a double standard, right? Because they'll give someone like Adam Gase a job because he worked with Peyton Manning.
He looked
They'll
hot.
get two
Right.
jobs, or they'll give a person that it's the coordinator for the Patriots defense. But we all know Bill Belichick's in charge of the defense.
Right. Right.
So
Or
it's
you
a
give
double
Mike
thing.
McCarthy a job like the Cowboys did, and then hire Mike Nolan, who had the last ring defense for the Falcons, and now you went and just said, "Oh, we're going to hire Dan Quinn, who just finished getting fired from the Falcons for being that bad and that bogus, ridiculous, like."
Don't worry, Marshall. We're bringing Earl Thomas and Richard Sherman over.
Like, how the hell?
Legion of Boom.
How the hell do you
2.0.
not jump on that on that kickoff like it's a freaking anyway? Going back
Sorry,
to
Kellen Moore's going to be the coach soon.
oh god. Okay, so breaking this down, guys. The sports town of Detroit, great sports town. Okay, their last really, they're consistent with the Red Wings. The Red Wings are consistently in the playoffs, right? They tend to have winning seasons. They haven't won a Stanley Cup, as C-Mac mentioned, since 07, but they've, won a lot of games. They're a very respected team in the NHL. For baseball, the Tigers for a while back in, the early 2010s were getting to the playoffs, got to the World Series, almost won, right? And they've kind of fallen off since then, getting worse over the past few seasons. So right now, Detroit really doesn't have anything to root for because season in and season out, you have the Lions that are constantly having to compete with the Packers. When Teddy Bridgewater was in Minnesota got their game going. The Bears have even made a Super Bowl back in 06, and right now their defense is there. They just need a QB. Now, as far as the Lions, they did make the playoffs. 2014 they lost to the Cowboys in what was a controversial call. They're actually up, and it could have been called the offensive pass interference. Didn't. Cowboys ended up winning the game in the end, coming down to scoring. But they have to move Matthew Stafford and start over because it's just bad. It's just really, really bad. It's not going to get any better anytime soon. And it also sucked when they fired their previous coach. I can't remember his name at the moment.
It's the guy before Jim Schwartz, right? Or after Jim Schwartz?
Yeah. Brother.
Black dude, right?
Caldwell?
Yeah. Jim Caldwell. He should have never been fired. They went 9-7, missed the playoffs, and he got fired. But yet Patricia didn't even make the damn playoffs. He's been horrible. So that was just weird to me. As far as the Pistons, they just need to get a superstar. They're trying to start off with Jeremy Grant. Maybe this is their opportunity. Maybe they can work him in. Their draft pick, Killian Hayes, correct?
Yeah.
Got hurt.
He got an IT injury. He may never be the same.
Yeah, unfortunately. So that may be.
They let Christian Wood walk for nothing.
Pretty much. And now you got Plumlee in there as well. I mean, it's not looking good for Detroit. They really, really need some help. I don't know if have they reached out to Isaiah Thomas? Not that I have really heard. I mean, you have him, Christian, was not Christian Leitner. Played with a bad boy. I can't think of his name at the moment.
Joe Dumars?
No, not Joe Dumars. Their center.
Bill
Lambier. You need to reach out to him. Guys that actually were a part of the winning culture. Why not reach out to a Chauncey Billups? He was a part of the winning, culture. Rip Hamilton. Reach out to guys that actually won and were a part of a winning culture with the Pistons because they were got respected again between 03 and 08 before kind of trailing off. Like they need to really rebuild and
pick Darko.
Yeah. Don't talk about that. Could have had Melo, but it's just bad, man. Hopefully they turn it around because Detroit is it's a good sports town. They have some history in there, but they really, really got to make some things move. So, but that's under the scope, and that is the show, fellas. That is the daggum show. I know we went a little long today, but I appreciate every one of y'all being here, man. I mean, we're making history. Stats versus facts. We're going all over the damn country. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully we can, you know what I mean? Get
Get
into
by the stats versus
it. So, y'all, right now we'll be back on Spotify and Anchor soon, but right now you can catch us on YouTube at Stats versus Facts Sports Talk. Again, that's Stats versus Facts Sports Talk. Like, sub, leave a comment, you know what I mean? And obviously, if you ain't got that VS, you listening to what, C-Mac?
Oh, BS.fm.
You listen to that VS.
FM.
.fm. And as always, go follow the channel at SVF Sports Talk on on Instagram and Twitter. Also, go follow our other one, Spurs versus Everybody. Twitter, Instagram, you know what I mean? We coming out with the hot take. Keith, we might have to have you on there one time, even though you ain't a Spurs fan. You know what I mean?
shit. That's what it is, baby.
Oh.
I came prepared. Let's go.
And we see it. Oh
Like
man.
10 jerseys on ready.
Yes, sir.
If you pull out a Ray Allen one, I'd have been like, all right, keep this guy.
Damo, Devo, as always, we appreciate y'all being here too. Guys, we'll be back on Tuesday. We'll recap some of the games. Got to talk about a little bit of college basketball. UT going down to Texas Tech, you know, that was a big one. My Duke Blue Devils not looking too good. Gonzaga, Baylor, like they on top. We'll talk about all that. And the big fight coming up next weekend. Poirier, McGregor too. Yes, sir. The year is going good. It's going good. So for Damo, Devo, C-Mac, G-Reg, and Keith the Beast, it's your boy Marsh. And we will catch y'all next time. Oh, wait a minute. I don't even have that damn thing. Hold on a second.
Remix.
We will catch y'all next time on that.
Stats versus facts. Ayy. Stats versus facts. Ayy. Know where we at on the stats versus facts. Yeah, my boy hella black. He back. On the stats versus facts. And you might get smacked by the stats versus facts. Ayy.
Hey. Catch y'all next time. Yo, I want to give a very special happy birthday to my mom. Her birthday is today. So from the Stats versus Facts and my crew, we just want to say to Miss Bess, my mom, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yes, sir. Stats versus Facts out. .fm.
We love you.